Fortnite OG Season 2 has been out for about a day now, 24 hours, and it seems by the player count that the community is absolutely loving Fortnite OG Season 2. I mean, we have mini shields back, we have some of the OG weapon models back, the purple tack back, almost everything that y'all have recommended Epic Games has put in this permanent OG game mode. But the real question is Fortnite OG Season 2 perfect? And what I mean by that is no, not all the little details like the gun models and the visual style of the movement. I mean the gameplay itself. Is this top tier gameplay, and will this keep the OG game mode alive for years to come? Yo, what's going on, guys? If you're new here, my name is Tricky. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to sub to the channel and use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, and also join the Discord down below where we're going to be doing giveaways almost daily. We've already done about 4 or 5 giveaways for the OG pass, and if you want to be like one of those lucky winners, make sure to join down in the description below. Now, I've played a lot of Fortnite OG Season 2 since its release, and I can tell you right now, it is 1,000 times better than Season 1. Season 1 felt very bare bones. We didn't have mini shields, the loot pool was very small, and there wasn't many POIs on the map. But Season 1 taught us something. Simplicity isn't always the key, and going back isn't always the key. I feel that Fortnite's evolution, especially in Chapter 1 with how rapid it was since the game grew at such a rapid pace, it really does show how Epic built their game from the ground up. And I'm not saying at all that Season 1 was a bad season, but if we look at the player counts today compared to then, which yes, I know it just came out, but still, it is a lot more players that we had on for this launch of OG compared to last month's OG. And honestly, the main reason why a lot of people probably weren't on OG Season 1 is because a lot of players didn't play back in 2017 when Chapter 1 Season 1 first released. So they don't want to play with bare bones. They want the loot pool that they had when they first started playing the game. That's what feels OG to them. So first off, I want to go over the loot pool. We had a lot of items added into the game, such as the boogie bomb, suppressed pistols, the minigun, and also the crossbow. And I think one of the biggest things on there has to be the mini shields. Now, stay tuned because I'm going to talk about the mini shields in a later video because I feel like they have such a big impact on the game. Instead of carrying 3 big pots that take a while to pop, you can carry 6 mini shields. I know a lot of people are angry that you cannot stack them to 10, but I mean, come on, 6 is enough. It's really not that big of a deal that they don't have 10. I've seen a lot of complaining about this. I don't know if it's satire or not, but let's be realistic. Mini shields have completely overall changed the game. Another thing as well is that campfires were added back, which I do think is a very good thing for the game. All these extra shields along with extra meds really does help out in some of those more high intense fights. Like, let's say you throw down a campfire and you're stuck in your box. It's much easier to hold your wall, and you can actually hold your wall instead of popping a med kit or a bandage. This just makes the gameplay so much better, and honestly, it's a lot more enjoyable. Having just 3 extra guns added along with 2 extra heals makes the biggest difference in gameplay, and honestly, it does show. Let me know in the comments, do you think it is much better to play with mini shields or without mini shields and just big pots and slurp juices? So overall for the loot pool, I'm going to give it a good 7 out of 10. It's pretty average. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but it really does suit for this OG game mode. Next up, I want to go over the map. We had 5 of the older locations added: Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Snobby Shores, Tilted Towers, and Shifty Shafts, along with other little POIs that just make the game. It's honestly insane to me because I thought taking Tilted out in some of these other POIs wouldn't make a big difference in the game, but honestly, it does. It felt like in OG Season 1, once you got to first or second zone, there would be only 20 people alive. Now, when I get in my games, there's about 50 people alive per zone, just because a lot of people are more spread out. There's more places to land and also other POIs to land. Now, granted, ranked is insane right now. I mean, I swear 60 people land tilted and majority of them die. Overall, once we get later into the season, this will be much better, especially once you get into higher ranks like diamond and up. Then you'll see more people spread out and it'll be a lot easier to get into the next zones. Now, the next thing I want to go over is the grass. On first impressions, I wasn't impressed at all with the graphics, but I think there is a bug because the grass just looks so much different than Season 1. It doesn't look textured, and obviously it's day after release. Fortnite's gonna do a hotfix soon because they added a ton of items, cosmetics, and so many different things into the game, and I can see how they can mess this up. And if y'all were in my stream, y'all just knew how crazy that night was. Downtime felt like it took forever, and the last 30 minutes we just got so many leaks. And for the map, I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10. There's so many POIs to land. It keeps the games full, and it's a lot more fun in end games. And it feels like you're not in shambles all the time. It feels like a fair fight. Last thing I want to go over is the graphics. Do the graphics meet the standards of back in the day, or are they enhanced? Well, whenever I first load it up, I load in performance mode because it's a lot easier for me to stream and I get better frames. I decided to play a game with high graphics on, and let me tell you, this map looks amazing. It really does feel how we had it back in the OG days, and it's really a step up from season 1. Yes, there are some flukes and flaws, but again, it's day after release. I'm gonna have to give the graphics a solid 9 out of 10. I feel like Epic Games really did take a step up here. I know they brought back a season that's already been out. It was much easier for them to put it out. Maybe it did take them not as long, but that really doesn't matter. The one downside, I think, is Epic's marketing, and I hate to even criticize their marketing team, but I feel like there should have been more teasers at the beginning, and honestly, the trailer wasn't that great. I feel like Season 1's trailer topped this one by far. They reused a lot of old clips, which is fine, but they should have made the trailer longer and probably made multiple different trailers instead of just reusing the same gameplay clips. So let's go over all of this again. The loot pool, I gave a 7 out of 10. The map, I gave a 9 out of 10. And the graphics, I also gave a 9 out of 10. For my overall rating, I'm going to have to give, on launch, how I feel about Fortnite OG Season 2, a good 8.5 out of 10. We really are getting closer to perfection, which obviously perfection is not a good thing, because if something's perfect, there's nothing to look forward to. But Epic Games really did take a step up from this season. I would love to hear from y'all in the comments. How do y'all feel about this OG season? And how do you feel about the permanent OG mode in general? Do you think it will have longevity in the future? Because in my opinion, with the way that Epic presented OG Season 2, I think they will. Just because we won't have these seasons back for years, and once we get them back, it will be amazing. And I'm hoping if you want OG movement back, if you want the OG models back, simple, small things that you don't quit the game. I've seen a lot of people not playing just because one edition isn't in the game, which I feel like just isn't fair to Fortnite and Epic Games in general, because they spent a lot of time still on this OG game mode for us to play. It should be the overall gameplay of why you're playing the game instead of just one small thing that's not added in the game. It is tough for Fortnite to go back in these seasons because they have other modes as well now. They have Chapter 6, creative maps, ballistic. They have to have ease of access for all players, be able to switch them from mode to mode and from OG to Chapter 6. But yeah, guys, if y'all are enjoying this Fortnite OG season, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and also join the Discord down below so that you have the chance to win a free OG pass. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop. It really does help me out a lot, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.